I don't know why. To people, um, I don't know, but just know that there's some politics going on in YouTube. There's some haters, and there are people that will try and report your page when they're envious. There's a lot of envious people, and unfortunately, if you are a black YouTuber, you're gonna get that. So just stay away from dramatic channels and stuff like that because you don't want to get tied into their algorithm and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so Young Thug and what we were talking about. So yeah, he came to Atlanta. Um, he was live in the court in front of the courthouse as we just saw earlier in the um live. And I think that it was like something like if you remember back in the day when T.I. came home, he was doing like a lot of part of his probation was to speak on stopping the violence. So remember, he went on that like stop the violence campaign. Well, that was part of his probation. It wasn't what he wanted to do, but that was part of his probation. And so I think this is something similar. I think this was part of his probation um, requirement. That's what I think. I think he did that just to something. And then also with the promotion of the song that he just released with Wyan Lucci, I think that that had something to do with that too. Just kind of promote. I think it was a promotional thing because honestly, after what Fulton County did to Young Thug, I would not want to give you nothing. Period. So that's just me. But so that's what I think. I think it's just something to do with promotion slash probation requirement and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I don't think that Fannie Willis is in trouble herself. I don't know if you've heard about, um, we've been talking about like misappropriation of federal funds is a crime. That's a felony actually. So um, yeah. So with her being now kicked off of Donald Trump's um thing as far as like the stealing the votes and all that stuff in Georgia, with her being kicked off that and all the stuff that came out in that trial that caused her to be kicked off. So all that stuff. So Fannie is in trouble now because of course now again that's a felony. Misappropriation of federal funds. That's a felony. So it's not just going to be as easy as her, um, not being able to try Donald Trump. This is bigger than that. Hey, what's up, Pepper? What's up, Mara? How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome. Like the video. Happy to have you here. Did y'all see the Young Thug live performance? Did y'all see it? Did y'all see the earlier live that was turned off for some reason? I was dancing. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was turned off. Did y'all see the live performance? That was hot. So even though I don't know what the reasons were for him coming to Fulton County to perform, but whatever it was, I'm sure the people enjoyed it because there was a lot of people out there, and it was like a surprise visit though, right? No one knew of it. Shoot, no one knew of it. You can't speak English? Okay. So yeah, no one knew of it, and that was kind of rough. But that was hot. I like to see him. I can't wait to see a like a real concert. I know he right now he's like featuring and stuff like that, but I want to see a real concert. I want to see like you know. I hope that he is able to do what Ti tried to do when Ti went came home and he tried to kind of revamp himself after he did all those stop the violence type of things. Um, he kind of went in a different down a different road, and he never was Ti. You know what I'm saying? He never lived up to the Ti that made him Ti. So hopefully, Young Thug will from just from what I'm hearing so far, though, I think that it sounds like Young Thug. is he has that hunger. You know how you when you first start off as a starting rapper, starting anything, you're like hungry, you got that hunger. And it sounds to me like if you listen to his latest releases, it sounds like he's got that hunger. And that's what you need. That's what anybody needs. Like it's football day, football players, they gotta have that hunger to win, right? So it's just like rappers. Rappers, when they start making all this money, sometimes what happens to a lot of rappers, and even just any artist, they start making all this money and they start not able to relate to where they come from. And that's when their stuff starts slowing down because you have to be cater to what made you, brought you to where you are. So, like with listening to his latest release, like his true fans, Young Thug's true fans, they're like happy. Okay, they're happy for his latest release because it you can hear the hunger, you can hear the hunger, you can hear the, oh, I want this, I want to be, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you need to succeed. So I hear it. What do y'all think? Do y'all hear the hunger? Do y'all hear that hunger that he had back in the day? It may not be as hungry. He's not as hungry as he was back in the day, but I hear the hunger. What do y'all think? Do y'all hear the hunger? Anybody think anything? So yeah, I feel I hear the hunger, and I don't think that. Let's talk about what y'all think about Fanny. Okay, so do y'all think Fanny had anything to do with what just happened at that in front of the Fulton County Courthouse? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, and if she did, it had something to do with her, but being in trouble right now because now it's beyond Fanny. She thinks that she's untouchable. So here's a, I'm gonna call her an immigrant. So Fanny, because Fanny is not from Georgia, so she comes to Georgia, and she takes over Fulton County, and she tries to revamp what's been here forever in Fulton County. Um, as far as the culture, okay, there's a culture in the South that just has been here forever. Okay, now she tries to criminalize the culture. That's what she tries to do. She tries to criminalize the culture, and she succeeded because people wouldn't have been in jail for so long. She succeeded to a certain point. But what happened with Young Thug's case became national. So not only were uh, his fans watching what was going on, but everybody was watching what was going on. So when everybody was watching what's going on, they're like, wait, y'all using his lyrics against him? What? Isn't that against his constitutional rights? Y'all don't have the evidence and y'all got him in here for how many years? You know what I'm saying? So people started to like look into this. So that's why this trial was so big because it was just crazy. It was crazy. They didn't have the evidence for all these charges that they had put against these two. Um, so that's what happened. And then here comes Fanny with her little dirtiness herself. She got all this dirt going on with her little office, affair and all this crap. So her house wasn't clean for her to be trying to make somebody else dirty or whatever. And she's dirty herself. So it was like it was just all crazy. It was all crazy. So now what's happening? I see a turnaround. I don't know about y'all, but I see a turnaround. I see um like with him performing in front of the courthouse where all this went down, I see a turnaround and I think, uh-oh, sorry about that. I think that what's about to happen, if they're smart, if Young Thug and Lucci and Future and Lil Baby and all the hip hop artists in Atlanta, if they're smart, they would unite. That's what they need to do right now. They need to unite to bring back the string of the hip hop culture in Atlanta because Fanny is trying to break it. It this lady, it seems like she has something against rappers. That's what it seems like she has something against rappers because she's not going after anybody else as far as we know, right? So I think that she is honestly, I think that she's a scorn because she dated hip hop, in the past. So I think she's probably a scorn ex girlfriend or whatever, and she just has it in for it. hip hop. But if they unite, not just for the sake of getting her back and stuff, getting Fulton County back, but also just for the sake of hip hop in Atlanta, because Atlanta is whether people like it or not, it is a strong piece of hip hop right now. It just is. Whether people say it's hip hop, whether people say it's trap, whatever it is, it's a strong piece of music, the musical generation right now. So when you turn to FM stations, when you hear hip hop, when you turn to hip hop stations, that's what you're hearing. That means that the culture is strong in that um piece. So I think if they came together, they united, like YFL, like Lucci and Young Thug just did, if everybody did that, man, and that's why uh, people gonna be mad because there's Lil Woody fans out here because he became this comedian after being a snitch and all this stuff, and he became a comedian and he got all these fans. But guess what? Um, Lil Woody is really not a hip hop. I don't consider him a hip hop artist, but people like him are mad right now because um he sees the unity in these dudes that really never gave him the respect in the first place. He was just a from based on what I've recognized and what I've gathered, he was pretty much just like a to do person, like go do this, go do, you know what I'm saying? So he was that person for them. And and so he made a little name of himself. They actually calling him comedian. They don't say rapper Woody. They call him comedian Lil Woody. That's what they're saying on the internet. So he's made a little, internet name for himself. And now here are these dudes, um, they're coming together, and he's not happy about it because he's like, wait a minute, why didn't y'all do this before when I was trying to. So that's his thing. But right now he's not important. I have no idea what that symbol is, Mara, and I don't speak your language. So yeah, there's a lot of different people of different cultures in the chat. Um, okay. So yeah, so yeah, what was I saying? But the good thing is that, for the fans of Young Thug, the good thing is that, because I'm a fan of Young Thug myself, we want to hear what he's got going on. And it was nice to see him performing in Fulton County because when the judge said, you can't come back to Fulton County, blah, 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 I was like, what? That's the biggest thing to have your an artist that comes from that place to come back and perform and all that, right? So I was like, that's crazy. That's what everybody, all his fans want to see that, right? So that is nice. Even though it was a street concert, it was kind of like it wasn't something that was planned because I didn't even hear about it. But you know, who knows? I don't know how. I don't know who heard about it because even some of the bigger creators, they didn't even hear. Let me turn this a little bit. Yeah. Some of the bigger creators didn't hear about this, from my understanding. They didn't know about this either. So I'm not sure, but let's take a look and see what we can find out. Da, 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 da. Dogging, 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 da, 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 da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. I love that single, Miss My Dogs, man. That song makes me want to cry. And anybody who's probably a fan of Young Thug, it's gonna make you want to cry. It's I don't care who you are, it's just like it's a very touching, it's a hot single, period. It just is. I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a Young Thug fan or not. I don't care who you are. It is a hot single. So that's that. It's very it's almost like it's sad almost. You know, it just like ooh makes you like want to like reach out and give them a hug, right? So the let's see if I can get some information here. Um, oh, dun, 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 dun. Oh, 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 oh. Wow, he was the first rapper to do a show and he was the first rapper to do a show in front of the Fulton County. That's a big deal. Especially with Fannie being in office and going after seems like only rappers and entertainers. Let me tell y'all something. When there's a DA, so a DA is voted in, right? Okay, so when you have a DA that's voted in, that's all about her name, she's gonna go after big names. That's her job. Her job is to go after big names because that builds her name. You know what I'm saying? It builds her name. And that's all that she's doing. She's not doing this because she, like that trial, that wasn't because she thought that, oh, this big old gangster, young thug. It wasn't because of that. It was because, oh, that's a name everybody know of here. Let me go after it. Trump. Oh, oh, she just goes after the big stuff that's going to make her name stand out there because she's going for the next level. So when she leaves Fulton County, I guarantee you that this is not going to be the last that we hear of Fannie Willis unless they do what they're supposed to do and prosecute her in the way that she needs to be based on the evidence of what we've seen with her misappropriation of funds and stuff like that. Because if she didn't misappropriate funds, why was she taken off the Trump case? Come on. Yeah, this is really good for Atlanta. Man, it's good. And the thing is, people that are not from Atlanta, people that may have been against Atlanta artists, they're mad right now because this is gonna boost things. What's up, Jack? How you doing? Yeah, so it's gonna boost things. So for those that are like fans of hip hop in Atlanta, it's like you're like, oh, come on, guys, come on, yeah, let's get it together. You know, come together, unite, do this. Come on. We're like rooting for them because we know what this means. This means strength against Fanny. This means strength in the in the hip hop industry. This means strength in your album sales. This means strength in what we want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great thing for some, but then for some, it's like it's like haters. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see you get farther than they are. So for a lot of people like that's been hating on Atlanta for a long time, they're like, oh shoot, what they doing? And they came together, oh shoot. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, came together. What? Yeah. And let me tell you something that I've learned about Gunna. So people are like, "What's up with Gunna? Why isn't Gunna, saying something, doing something, whatever, all this stuff?" Ghana is. He is. Guess what? Ghana is still under Young Thug. How is he not showing that his loyalty? Ghana is, yeah, Ghana did something crazy with that plea deal, but Ghana is also showing, like, look, I'm still under you. All this money I'm making, I'm still under you. That's what he's doing. So y'all gotta look at the bigger picture. Look at it, not just what the tabloids show and what people's opinions are, but in all reality, he's still under Young Thug. All this money he's making, all these albums he's dropping, it's under Young Thug. I'm just saying. So yeah, YouTube turned off my live earlier, and I'm wondering, like, I don't understand. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen people play music through their whole life. I've seen people do a lot of stuff, do some stuff that are unimaginable in their lives. And I haven't seen, like, my life was interrupted because I was dancing. I don't understand. And playing Young Thug's music, you know. So I don't get it. I understand the copyright thing because of course I don't own rights to anybody's music. But hmm, that's interesting. So yeah, I think that this is good. I think that for the community, let me get my other device. I'll be right back. Not really. I had to start my life over. It's on. It's on now. No, they stopped it, but I had to start it over. It's on now. I've been talking for the last 30 minutes. Yeah, they stopped it. I know what happened. It was somebody reported it. They got hate. It was a hater. It's on now. It's I had to start another one. They started hating because of what I was doing. But it's on. Dang, I'm not even on your list. You got to go to my channel, babe. Let me find it for you. Yeah, because they hated on me. See? Mhm. What? Right here. What? Right here. See? So you mean I'm up there online for nothing? What? Are you serious? So you mean to tell me I'm up there for nothing? So I'm up there talking to myself. Are you serious? It is right there. What? Unavailable? What? Okay, so that's one of those black people. See, that's the black industry in YouTube. You see how they did me? I didn't even do nothing. All that stuff that they allow on YouTube. Somebody reported my thing because they were hating. They were jealous. I'm serious. They were jealous because why is my thing in red? Yeah, okay. They were jealous. They reported my thing for nothing. With restricted mode enabled, you will need to disable restricted mode. Disable restricted mode. I didn't know you were on the phone. Oh my goodness. Here, Pat. Ooh, that's terrible. Ooh, let me see. Hmm, let me see what mine says. They did that on purpose, really. Let me see. Let's see what mine. See, mine is right here. It's your thing, Pat. See? See what mine. It's your thing. Look, no, it's something on your setting. Look, no, it's something Look. On your setting. Look, no, it's something Look. On your setting. Look. Talk, Patrick. Say something. You mean to tell me you could hear all that we just said all the way down here? Because we're not talking. But you could hear all that we just said. You mean to tell me you could hear all that we just said all the way down here? Kidding me? Because we're not talking. But you could hear all that we just said. Wow. I'm so confused about this YouTube. Did y'all hear all of my conversation downstairs? I'm so confused about this YouTube. All right, Jack, are you there? Can you hear me? Did anybody hear any conversation just now when I left the seat? I'm so confused about this YouTube. So yeah, back to my conversation. So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm so lost. I'm so confused. This I don't know why anybody would report my channel because I don't do anything. I mean, my channel is not even to a certain point. That just shows you how, when it gets to a certain point, how people will hate on this channel. So I have to be very careful with what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm doing certain things to try and build a channel, but I have to be very careful because I don't want to mess the channel up like I've done because my channel was actually monetized. And then what happened is someone reported my channel for something stupid and then it became unmonetized and now I'm trying to build watch time hours as if it was never monetized. So I'm trying to do that and it's just like, ooh. So it's I know what it is. It's how like in our culture, and when I say our culture, I'm talking about black people. When in the black culture, like when we see people trying to do something that we may not be doing or doing something that we're seeing as competition or whatever, we try to tear it down instead of building each other up. And that's what cripples our community. And so like when people that have the knowledge of more knowledge of YouTube than I do, they are attacking my channel when my channel is not even up here. It's like my channel is here. You know what I'm saying? But they're like attacking my channel, trying to. So I'm just like, okay, what in the world? So they're just doing all this stuff to attack the channel, basically. So yeah, they took my monetization. I'm telling you, it's just crazy. And I worked hard. When somebody puts in their hard work for their YouTube channel or any kind of social media platform, like that's their channel. If you don't like it, then you don't watch it. But you don't like try and put poison on someone's hard work. You just don't do that. That's just not normal because karma is a mug, and man, you just don't do that. Ooh, I can't stand people. Mm-mm. I don't like certain people, y'all. I'm telling you. That's messed up to say, but it's always our own people that has got to try to tear us down. And that's just like with Young Thug. Like who put him in that situation to begin with? A black person. It's always our own people trying to tear each other down. We just don't know how to build each other up. When we see somebody doing something good or grand that's, bigger than what we're doing, instead of like boosting it and pushing it, we like, oh, we get envious. You know what I'm saying? We got this like envious curse on our culture and we just try to like tear each other down. And like and it's just sad. It's just sad. And I don't know I don't deal with it. Honestly, I just don't deal with it. I'm very selective with people that I associate with, people that I do business with, everything. I'm very selective. Very selective. It's almost like I'm so selective because oh my God, I'm so selective that it's not even funny. People like, why don't you give these people a chance? Nope. Because I'm not gonna take a chance. When you put your work into something, right? You put your hard work into something to build something, and then you think you're gonna take a chance and let somebody just tear it down. No, you just like, okay. Especially, see, when you're my age, you've had already the experience. You already know what somebody is capable of. So when somebody is capable of doing something, you're just not going to take that chance if you put all your hard work into something. You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to take that chance. So that's just how it is. And then you've got, it seems like we are the most judgmental of the cultures also. And I'm like, wait, we're not God. So why are we the most judgmental of the culture? We're the most judgmental. We're the most hateration. We have the most, oh my gosh, we're the most envious of each other. We don't unite, stick together. We don't build our, like, oh, it's just sad. So, yeah, so you got to really, so those of us who are trying to succeed, you pretty much got to do it on your own. And you got to like single yourself out. This is how you succeed. You got to single yourself out and you got to do it on your own. And you got to like ignore you got to ignore, you got to feed the haters by ignoring them and feeding them by giving them more to hate on. That's how you got to do it. And this is crazy, but that's what you got to do. So you got to say, you know what? I am who I am. I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent. This is what I mean, honestly, and this is for to anybody can relate to what I'm saying. Like you have to just like take a stand and you say, okay, yeah, hey, that's what you have to do. You really have to do that in order to keep it moving, because when they see that they can stop you, they're gonna keep on doing what they can to stop you. So you got to just make sure that you give them something that they can't touch, which is you. They can't change who you are. They can't change how you look. They can't change what's in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can take that away from you. So that's what you have to hold on to, and you have to just like rub it in. And it's just silly that we have to go through that as Black people. But I mean, our people are just, oof, it's like a curse, man. Because I mean, I've never seen, I'm telling you, I've seen some crazy stuff on YouTube where I've been like, oh, I hope my child don't watch that stuff. Was not watching that. And then I'm sitting there watching Young Thug's courthouse performance outside in the street, dancing to it, and my live was cut. I have this is what I'm wearing. The same thing I'm wearing right now. So it's not, so it was no excuse for that. That's crazy. Let me see. Crazy, right? So, yeah. So what do y'all think about that? Can anybody relate to that? So yeah, y'all know Fanny is being investigated further. So they tried to, they took I'm gonna say stole because that's what they did. They tried to keep, when you confiscate, right? So when the feds come and confiscate stuff belonging to your property, when there's a federal case. And then like so when you're found innocent of that particular case that's involving the reason why the feds confiscated your property, they have to give that back to you. So Young Thug was given back part of his property, or granted the return of his property, and then Fannie came and filed another appeal so she could try and keep that man's stolen property. I call it stolen because that's what it seems to me, stolen. So that is crazy. And I think it was denied, if I'm not mistaken. I think her no, her second appeal um to get back on that case, because she wants on that trial. Yeah, she wants on that, on Donald Trump's trial. She wants on that. But yeah, that second appeal I think was denied as well. So, but yeah, they filed an appeal to still try and keep that man's stuff. He wasn't found guilty of the stuff that would allow you to confiscate his stuff. So why are you trying to keep his stuff? Where is the stuff? Like, do you not have all the stuff? Did you steal it? Did you spend it? What did you do? And then that $1 million watch. Where is that? They never found that. And the what Detective Figueroa, she had a picture picture, showing her taking the picture of that watch with with it in her hand when they were doing the documentation of all the things that they were confiscating. Cricket, cricket, cricket. Like Trump says, cricket, cricket, cricket. Atlanta is cricket for real. That is, if that's not cricket, I don't know what's cricket. And then of course, like the last live we did talk about, um, which we're not gonna go backwards, but yeah. So basically, a lot of people say, "Oh, Young Thug just said, she just said, Roscoe, he just said this." Well, based on street code, okay, based on street code, when you are going into interrogation, based on street code, if you start talking, whether you're giving somebody up, whether you're making things up, whether you, whatever you're doing, talking about something that they're not asking, like you're supposed to just zip and say, I don't have nothing to say. That's basically what it is. If you don't do that and you start talking about stuff that's made up or whatever you're doing, they consider that snitching, which I think that's something new because, like, you have to be slick. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to keep, you don't want, the whole point is to get off in a way where you're not telling on your people, right? So if I can be smooth enough to make them think I'm giving them something, but really I'm not giving them anything, I don't see how that's snitching. But from based on street code, from what I've heard, that's snitching. I think that's something new that they have come up with just to make sure that they put Young Thug in the snitching, that label on him. That's what I think. Yeah. And then like people are trying to put certain people in the same category, and I just don't understand how they could be in the same category. So how is Rollo and Young Thug in the same category? Young Thug, when you first, the most people in the United States, when they have heard of Young Thug, you say, who is Young Thug? They're gonna say he's a rapper. When you say people that's not from Atlanta, if you say who is Rollo, they're gonna say, I don't know, let me see. And they're gonna look him up and then they probably gonna, let's do it right now. So if I didn't know who Rollo was, let's see. Let's go to regular internet and let's type in Rollo and see what comes up. See, it's nothing even coming up. Oh, that's YouTube. Let me go back, go to Google itself. Okay, let's go here, here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so when you type in Google Rollo, what comes up is his Wikipedia. Let's look at what his Wikipedia say. Okay, his Wikipedia says the article is about the rapper for the town in Burkina Faso. Okay, whatever that is. That's not him. Mm, okay. Terrell Davis, better known by the stage name Rollo, is an American rapper. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, he first gained recognition following the release of his 2015 single Can't Lie, featuring Future. He signed with Birdman's Cash Money Records, Young Scooters, Black Migo Gang in 2016. So it's just me then. Okay, so I didn't know who he was until this Young Thug stuff. I didn't I never heard I didn't know Rollo because I'm not in the, kingpin world or drug whatever, So yeah, but if you look at, that's what I'm now I'm this is my opinion. I'm thinking if you ask a person that's not in the streets of Atlanta, if you ask them somebody from California, you say, who is Rollo? They'll say, oh, well, maybe now because, but before the Young Thug trial, who is Rollo? They're gonna have to look him up. So I don't consider him really a part of the hip hop industry because did he make it in hip hop or did he make his name known in the other realm? See, Young Thug made his name known in hip hop. So That's a difference to me. Yeah. So one thing that I will say is so with Young Thug, I think that people need to pay attention to what's being said. I don't know if you all have seen his latest. Let me see if I can find it. So Young Thug's latest post on Instagram. I don't know if you all have seen it. His latest post on Instagram, it's like almost he's trying to reach out. And his mine is on this phone right here in this. Let me see. So let's see. Let's see what happens. See if I can get it. Okay. Mm-mm. Let's see. I know that's not gonna work. Oh, that works. Okay. Okay, so it did work. So, all right, so let me see if it's still up. See if I can find it. And look, Sadie Nash is real mad. I don't know if y'all know, but that boy is a hater. I don't care what nobody says. Daddy Nash is a hater. I don't know why. I don't know what he's got with this Woody going on, but he is a hater. This man, oh, okay. So I didn't see it, but basically he says, right here. Look, that. And I'm gonna tell you what that is, in my opinion. That is the result of being incarcerated for a long time like that. It was just a few years, but that is a long time for a person's mentals to be trapped. You know what I'm saying? And so that causes what's called depression. Depression can cause happy and sad days. So you can be happy, you can wake up sad, and you don't even know why. It doesn't even have to be a reason why. It's just that's just how it is. You have a chemical imbalance. So he needs to make sure that he gets that he needs to talk to a professional. That's not normal to be happy and sad. You know what I'm saying? With nothing causing the happy and sad. But yeah, back to Seti Nash. Seti Nash is I don't know what people like okay, so I'm old school. I consider myself old school. And people like Seti Nash, we consider people like Seti Nash is like that neighborhood like nerdy boy that was, that probably came from a family with the money on the street and they were trying to fit in. That's how I look at Seti Nash. Seti Nash clinged on to at first he was hating on Woody. I don't know if y'all remember during the trial, but then he became friends with Woody when they met up. He became close friends with Woody. He took him out to California where real, gangsters like, what are you bringing that snitch out? All that stuff that happened. And Sadie, for some reason, he is I think Sadie is who's behind all these release of these calls and all this stuff with Young Thug. I think it was Sadie Nash because Sadie Nash is now released a video hating on Young Thug. And I just don't understand it. Sadie is just he's doing too much with his fat self. Like he's making me sick. He is really making me sick. He's gonna make somebody hurt, that little man. And I actually liked Steady Nash during the trials. Like, dang, he really is following stuff. He's speaking facts. But now I'm like, he's not speaking that. He's really being opinionated, and yeah, he's just getting on people's nerve. I want to see what he's got to say. I'm gonna see if I can turn it down low and so it doesn't you don't hear. That is the dumbest thing I've heard. Did you hear what he said? He said if he keeps doing the same as songs, same as beats. Don't you understand that when you have a following, when you have a following, if you are not true to your following, it's like you're trying to reach for a new following. So you have to do what made you who you are. That's one thing about it. People out in the streets today were like, um, let's give them what they came here for. You know what I'm saying? People who are like true Young Thug fans, who are the people that out there buying the music and investing in the time, playing the music. Those people are, you can only have like you can't come out being this and then come out and change and be this because you're going to lose that following. If this is who made you, then you stick to that. You know what I'm saying? So he's wrong about that. Not change your stuff. No, don't change. Go back to what made you. Go back to the hunger you. So don't listen to him. And he's trying to put that stuff out like he thinks somebody's that dumb to listen to his fat butt. Nobody's dumb enough to listen to what you're saying. Yeah, put out what made you. Yeah, put out, keep that stuff that made you who you are, that got you all these fans that followed you during this trial for all this time. Put out that same that same young thug, that same person, that hunger young thug. Keep that person. So don't listen to what people like this are saying, the haters. Mm-mm. Because people like this, they're on Lil Woody's side. People that didn't even make it in the industry. I'm just saying. So that's how we look at that. Anyway, I'm just going back over stuff. I feel like I'm repeating myself. So I'm gonna and I just want to say, like that Say Cheese Rollo interview, I think that was crap too. So people can call me, hey, I'm not hating. I'm not a guy. I'm not in the rap industry, but I am a fan of rap and I am considered like old school. And I think that was trash. That interview was trash. And yeah, Young Thug, I think you're doing the right thing. I think that that single Miss My Dolls, like how you, that was perfect. And I think you just keep doing what you're doing. Unite with the other dudes. Everybody who I'm talking, Future, Lucci, um, Young Thug, uh, all the Atlanta rappers, all the Atlanta rappers that were in the same kind of category. Because some Atlanta rappers weren't in that category. Some Atlanta rappers were kind of over here. So leave them over there, and y'all real ones that were kind of on the street level, like unite, and see how powerful you are. You're gonna be up here. Is gonna be y'all against the world versus y'all against each other. And when you're coming together, you're stronger together as a whole. So that's the message. So if they can understand that message and get that message, they'll be so much more powerful. Yes, them against the world. And the world is including Fanny, because Fanny is not in Atlanta. She's not a Georgian. That's an outsider. Um, just everybody who's an outsider. Like that's how you have to look at it. It's just like back in the day, like Atlanta rappers were not given the respect that they wanted. They were not given like they just weren't given the respect. Like EPMD, for example. EPMD, if you listen to their songs, they were awesome. Their songs were awesome, but they were not given the credit that they were um, that others were given because of where they were from. So like when Atlanta rappers start being given the credit, you know what I'm saying? Like Andre 3000, like when they start, like you have to take that and you have to know that when you're starting to get on top, there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be haters. There's people going to be like just chopping you down because that's like part of the black culture. The black culture is don't they don't know how to push each other up. We tend to like hate on each other. That's just part of the curse of us. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just like come together and just keep doing what you're doing. And always remember when people are hating on you, it's probably because they're jealous. That's just that's just what it is. It's jealous and you're doing some things right. And so keep on doing what you're doing. And you have to be able to be strong enough to ignore what they're saying, what they're doing, because it's just some jealousy. It's because they can't do it or they're not doing it. And you came up, that's just how it is. So So you got people like Seti Nash and all these people that's going to be coming hard on the internet. like hating on Young Thug right now because they're mad because he's getting so much love from people. But he has got to be strong to ignore the internet and look at his sales, look at his peers, what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? He's got to just keep on going with what his representation is telling him. That's what he's got to do. All right, so I'm gonna try to go live on my other channel because my other channel is more so like a personal type of channel. This is more so like entertainment, hip hop, and all this kind of stuff, politics and everything. So I'm gonna try and go live on my other channel on the personal level. And oh, one of my lights went out. Yeah, I thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna go and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching the live. Like the video if you haven't already done so. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. We are trying to grow and we'll be going live more as you know the more that we get support, the more support we get, the more we'll go live, the more we'll be able to present. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to build the channel. So be sure to subscribe, like the video, and thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. And this is April and my TCG fam. I am out. Peace.